What's up guys, it's BD here, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but there are a lot of Hall effect keyboards out right now. Everybody from Lamzu to Wooting, and even in-game has one now. There are a lot of options, but what there aren't a lot of options in are the switches for these keyboards. That's one thing that normal mechanical keyboards have over these Hall effect keyboards at the moment. There are thousands upon thousands of switches that you can get in the mechanical keyboard space. But these Hall effect keyboards with their adjustable actuation points have just made a huge splash, especially for gaming. I can't see myself switching off, so the only thing to do is to wait for switches to come out. That's why when I saw that Gateron was dropping their Jade Magnetic switches, I had to immediately jump on it and check these out. So today we're going to check out these Jade Magnetic switches and compare them to the original Lecker switches on my Wooting and see which one sounds better, which one performs better, and some of the differences between the two. Okay, so starting off with the pricing, these come in at $66 for a set of 70 switches, which is enough to fill out a 60 or a 65% keyboard, and they are available right now on Amazon. But as you guys all know, that could change after this video drops. These are linear switches that have a comparable sound and feel to the Mahjong switches. I've never tried them, but that's what they are saying on the website. The materials are the same as the Lecker switches: palm stem, nylon bottom, polycarbonate top, and a customized spring with a magnet at the bottom. The bottom housing where the magnet slides up and down is covered, which shortens the travel distance compared to the original Lecker switches. Because of this, you get a nice tapping bottom out feel compared to the Wooting switches. The stem wobble is a lot better than the Wooting switches. In fact, these are very stable. The travel distance is 3.5 millimeters compared to 4 millimeters, meaning you'll bottom out slightly faster and you won't get to use the full 4 millimeters of travel distance that the original Lecker has. It has a starting force of 30 grams compared to 40 grams for the stock Lecker switches. Gateron has did a really good job with the pre-lubing of the switches, but for the sake of the video, I went ahead and did my own lube job on these just for science, just to see how they would sound otherwise. So for the lubing, I followed the same procedure I did with my Lecker switches. I lubed the sliders and around the inside of the pole with Krytox G205 lube. Then I lubed the springs with Krytox 105 spring oil. Then I just simply put everything back together. And after taking apart all the switches and re-lubing them, actually, I gotta admit, they did a really good job with the lubing here. All right, so now that we got all the details about the switch, it's time to do a sound test. So I did a sound test of the lubed, the pre-lubed, and I also did a comparison with the Lecker switches. So sit back and enjoy the sound tests. So what these sound tests will tell you is that the J switches have a higher pitch clack because of the bottom mount, but thockier, smoother feel under the fingers. Now the prelude, you get an even higher pitch and of course less smoothness, but I still think the Jade still sounds great stock. So if you want something that you don't have to mess with, just go ahead and get these. The original Lecker switches have a lower pitch and thockier sound and have a lot of stem wobble under the fingers. I personally couldn't stand the Lecker switches when I first got them. So stock versus stock, I'm definitely going with the Jade Magnetic switches. And overall typing just feels better on the Jade switches because of that bottom out. For gaming, it will take you a little bit of getting used to coming from the original Lecker switches. There's going to be an adjustment period, especially since you're going from a 4 millimeter to a 3.5 millimeter travel distance. And although these switches are lighter, they're not overly light to the point where you're going to be misclicking or misfiring. And also, if you're wondering, Rapid Trigger works just the same and is as accurate as ever. Now in the software, there's nothing that's going to alarm you or reject your switches. That's something I was worried about. Since it doesn't go all the way to the 4 millimeter distance, though, you have to make sure that you put the setting at 3.5 millimeter or lower. But other than that, it works just like the original Wooting Lecker switches. So in conclusion, Hall effect switches are off to a great start, and I can't wait to see what other companies are going to come up with, like Cherry. Gateron is coming out with some. They also have 2 more on the market right now, an orange and a KS20, and along with these Jades, which are already phenomenal. I can't wait to check out those. If you want to see another video on all 3 comparing, let me know down in the comments below, and also hit that subscribe button. It would be cool to see a heavier switch like the Gateron Black Ink V2. That's why I'm kind of making this video, to put it out there to Gateron. Yeah, can we get those? Can we get those? Maybe even JWK or Cherry want to jump in and make some switches too. That would be awesome. And get this ever-growing niche up and running. And I can't wait for other like custom keyboards to come with a PCB for Hall effect switches. That's going to be awesome as well. Overall, I do recommend these Jade Magnetic switches unless you just don't like that bottom out tapping sound or feeling. Then of course skip these and stick with the original, but I really like this, and these are the ones that I'm going to be sticking with moving forward, and I think that you guys are really going to enjoy them too. So I have them linked down in my bio if you want to check them out. They are available on Amazon, like I said. Until the next one, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and it has been your boy BT saying peace.